this is the first time we've actually gone into a game against City where I've genuinely thought we can beat them today. And I'm not saying we will. I think a draw would be a great result considering everyone who goes there will probably get battered. But they've got no Kevin De Bruyne. They've played midweek, so they'll be a bit more tired than us. And Haaland hasn't been getting enough of the ball. So I'm kind of the opinion, wearing my black and white shirt, if we're ever going to win, it's today.
How does Eddie Howe now fare with these types of matches on this level where there's almost this expectation now?
Remember when Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
That's what this is like. This, for me, is like Eddie
From what
Howe.
side, though? What side are you talking about?
Yeah, Floyd is Pep. We all know that.
Okay.
So Pep's been doing this for years. He's seen every style. He's seen every look. He's got everything downloaded. And Eddie Howe has been working his way up, and he's never had the tools. At Bournemouth, he never had the tools.
Yeah.
At Newcastle last season, he kind of was given some of the tools, but nowhere near enough. This is the first season where he's not just got more of the tools to the job, obviously not on the level of what Man City have got, but the experience of coaching these players and getting them to a cup final, having big moments, achieving something big in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So now, mentally, these players are only just gaining in that belief of, we might belong here, actually. And part of this season, for me, isn't about, Newcastle of the level. I think we all know that they're approaching the level of a top 4 side, or if not there. It's getting them in those big moments, like the Carabao Cup final, to turn up, and we didn't last season. So I think that's where this is going to be a key moment for Newcastle to go, do they believe they belong on the same pitch as Manchester City? Go on. Oh, you fucker. Gordon crossing, defended by City. Man City controlling the game. And Newcastle look very aware of what we're playing. We're treating them with a lot of respect. It's not gung-ho.
Guy,
shit.
What a goal! What a
Alvarez whacks it. Top left-hand corner.
Wow. Reverse. That was in the reverse corner.
He's a baller.
It's a very good shot.
Serious goal.
It's world class.
He got a hand to it as well?
Pope did get a hand to it, yeah.
I ain't saving that.
Do you want to know something, right?
Wow.
I said before this game, mentally, are we at the big game level yet mentally? And this is a very like the Carabao Cup final of being stuck on skid. You know, a little bit.
Stick with your predictions.
No.
Playing the occasion.
No,
rather
you-
than the game.
I'm
No, I hear you, though. I hear you.
I'm serious. This is a learning experience for these lads at this level. Where can you go to the Etihad when City are still a world class side and everything, but we're looking at them going, hey, they might be a bit more vulnerable. Maybe you can get at them. The lack of intensity and the lack of ferocity in Newcastle's play compared to our usual game, it's out of too much respect. You have to balance that level of respect, and we've given them so much today, and we've let them play.
Shout out Phil Foden, the assist as well.
I'll tell you what, I was literally just about to say, he's been called out, and people have been saying maybe they need to sell Phil Foden
No,
because
no,
he isn't at that
Are we
level.
joking?
The Stockport Iniesta.
People
No,
have
I'm
been saying
talking about the assist there. Like it was a shot from 20
Yes, I was
yards.
gonna say that.
It's still an assist.
No, it was a
No,
good,
the way
it was
he
good.
took the
Very
ball
well.
and controlled it with that second touch.
Is
it
he in
was
his
a good
FPL
assist,
team
I
or
think.
something?
It's still an assist.
He rolled it off to him, but like when someone shoots from 20 yards,
No,
we're not talking
don't
about
do
the
that. It
assist,
was a
are we?
no-look.
Yeah,
It was like a no-look pass. It was
Mate,
nice.
just because it was sexy doesn't mean he tapped it in from fucking 5 yards for him.
Brian, if you do that assist in 5-a-side, you want
so?
credit.
Yeah,
you want
if I'm
serious
Foden, I'm
credit.
turning round to
Yeah.
the crowd and just going,
It's my
6 attempts to 1. Newcastle have not been in the game here.
No.
We've just given them a bit too much respect.
I disagree. I think you've been perfectly fine.
A yellow card.
Cards.
Oh mate, this game is so fucking soft, man.
No, but he was peeling it. He went and then like.
You got away with a penalty at Man United, and now we're getting yellow cards for fucking just shoulder to shoulder.
Maybe it's a
fair
Manchester
enough, a free kick, but bloody hell. Haaland.
It's a goal.
Thank God. It keeps us in the game. Haaland's not been at his normal self lately, but obviously he scored a hat-trick in the second half and shut me up. Push, you fucking prick!
Penalty. Oh no.
Offside.
So where do you rate him
This is
then?
right. Nah, Kovacic's is up there, man.
Oh shit. Haaland just had a shot saved, thank God.
Crazy sub, by the way. He took off Gordon for Bonds.
And Joel Linton's just gone off injuries, holding his hamstring.
Haaland's through.
What a
Yes!
tackle.
Good tackle.
There's a goal kick as well.
Is that Shaw?
Yes, Fabian Shaw.
Very good.
The reason I'm frustrated is we're not threatening the goal anywhere near enough for a team that just played a few days ago. Attack the fuckers.
Brian, Amaron's still on
Use
the
your fucking brain, you fucking bird.
Get him
Oh my
off.
God, Almiron is fucking shite.
Why is he
You
still on the
fucking
pitch?
But
useless
look, he's tracking
cunt.
back. He's tracking back.
Why did you take?
Oh my God, mate! We're literally we're playing a championship level player because he had half a fucking season where he was good. I can't.
Why did you take off
If we
Gordon?
fucking put his brain in a bird, it would fly backwards. He's fucking so thick. He's the dumbest footballer. When he got that ball there, you've got one man, run at him, commit him, do something, and instead.
He looked
No,
unplayable.
but also
at some
he had the option on there, the
Mate,
overlap as well.
How are you a professional Premier League footballer as a winger and don't know what to do in that scenario? It shouldn't matter that it's Man City there. At that time, you've got one man in front of you. It doesn't matter who the fuck you're playing. You've got to have a system in place where you know exactly what you're doing there, and that was just so dumb, man. Foden's just brought it from the wing in the middle of the park beautifully, plays through Erling Haaland, who takes a touch beautifully, but
blocked.
scuffs his shot and it goes wide.
He's blocked.
He's not had the best game, Haaland, though.
He looks angry. Look at
Yeah,
him. He's always
I can see why, because he really should have scored at least one today.
Man, he upped the tempo
Phil
differently.
Foden is running through our midfield like they don't even exist, man.
Baller.
Like, and then, Almiron, hard worker, fucking finally trots back. Mate, is this guy's acting like he's fucking Neymar and he can just sit up there and take a chill pill? He's fucking shit. Right.
Injuries
Shoot your
help.
fucker! Oh, what the fuck is that, man?
Oh my.
That's what I was talking about Bruno. He thinks he's the best player in the world.
No, you can't cast Bruno. You can't do.
You were just saying
you
he
can
was
do
the top
Almiron,
five.
but not Bruno.
No, earlier on when we were talking about Premier League midfielders, though, he has these moments where you go, you have to eliminate that from your game.
it's
If
a Bruno
you want to have your fancy haircuts, you better fucking play fancy.
Wilson on. Isak off. What?
Newcastle are 2-on-1.
Oh, you
please,
can't.
please,
No,
come on.
no.
Oh, Callum Wilson's
he's
fucked
ruined
it
it.
right up. You fucking. Oh, I was just singing your praises. Oh,
Good shot,
fuck
though.
off, man. Fuck off.
Good shot by
Do you know
Vaz.
what? Fuck off. Of all the people, Rodri gives the ball away. One defender behind him. Two Newcastle's players in attack. Not what you expect from him. Silly fouls being given away. And partly, I think it's because we're not used to getting played around like this. We are annoyed. I was a little bit worried before the game of, do we feel like we belong on this pitch with them? And for me, we've not played like we do. And the way they're passing it around us at times and making us look a bit stupid, and how nervous we look when we do go through on goal. Have we mentally evolved from that Carabao Cup final? The answer looking at right now is we don't. It's not about winning the game. It's about we're playing so nervous at times. And that's what I'm frustrated about.
You have
Play your game.
There's a lack of killers
Yeah.
in your attack. You know, that's what you've. City, I don't think they've been amazing in this game.
No, that's why I'm annoyed even more. Is the City do look like, don't get me wrong, technically they're passing the ball around beautifully at times, but in front of goal, Haaland's missed some sitters here.
Yeah.
In defence, they've fluffed their lines, they've given us the ball, but where we need to
Not
punish
ruthless.
them, have been toothless in front of goal.
Did you expect to come to the Etihad at the ground of the treble winners and play City off the park? I look at some of my favourite nights as a Chelsea fan ever. 2012 in Munich.
Oh, you were
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We weren't good in the game. And at the end of it, that's when you
Do you
can
know
really
why you
look
did
at it
that
and go,
though? Because you had killers.
Yeah.
And we
Drogba,
don't have
yeah,
killers.
Drogba.
And that's what I'm saying is I see all the talent in the world in Isak, Bruno, Guimaraes and some of these other players. But are they killers? Because killers is how you win trophies. And, for example, in that Carabao Cup final against Man United, Rashford and Casemiro were killers. And as nice as some of these players are, they need to develop that edge of like, all right, we battered Villa because they shit the bed at St. James's and we've got 50,000 nutcases behind us and we will the ball into the goal sometimes. But in order to win trophies, these are the games where you have to have that mental edge. And I'm just not sure that in buying Eddie's strategy of picking up players who aren't quite the finished article yet and developing them, yeah, that can be great because they're wanting to win, they're hungry, they haven't achieved what they need to achieve. It's a great strategy. But sometimes you need that finished article who's mentally been there and done it to drop into a side like that to take you over the line. And we don't have anyone in the team who's actually, other than Kieran Trippier, who's quite far back down the pitch, who's really gone and achieved something major before. Let's say the season plays out. and we do get a massive deal with Adidas and the money does come in, that's the next level. And that's where the test comes in for Eddie Howe. How do you manage people who've been there and done it before? I think we could have got something from this game.
Yeah, it's
and
not
that's
over yet.
why I'm
It's not over
frustrated.
yet.
It's not
If I had a bet on Newcastle to get a point in
It'll
this
be like
game,
10
which I
minutes
may or
later
may
as
not
well.
have, then I'll
You see, right
I'll
now,
still be.
come on, man. Fuck me, man.
It's not over yet. There's loads of time. You
they'll
can
be like,
still
yeah.
equalise.
It just, you know what it is, Craig? It feels over
I know, I
because,
get you.
because when
The
you're watching
performance, yeah.
countless opportunities come and go and the lack of cutting edge and killer instinct.
Oh, that's
There we go.
nice.
There we go.
Oh, just
Overcooked
Fucking
it.
hell!
Overcooked it.
Down the byline. Who the fuck crossed that in? Name and shame the bastards.
Can we just once again talk about how see with Man City how massive in stature their team actually is now compared to all the other teams that Pep's had in the past.
Bro.
They were all miniature like players that were good with the ball at their feet. These are like mammoths now, these players.
Mate, watching
Like, even
Kyle
whipping-
Walker is so annoying. Like, I'm literally getting annoyed at how good this man is.
Because
Oh,
when you-
fucking idiot! You fucking bird brain bitch! You fucking moron!
Wow.
it's just taking time as well.
Almiron, he's the dumbest fucking player in the squad, man. And this is what I'm getting annoyed at. It's not even like effort, technique. It's just IQ. Man City's overall team IQ is sky high. But to be that dumb...
He's gonna score the equaliser,
Like,
say
you play a 1-2, stay on side. Like, just a tiny little 1-2. You fucking bird brain. Honestly, I can't deal with Almiron going back to this. Like, I can't...
He is going to score the winner
He's
now,
the
though,
fucking
isn't he?
dumbest
Yeah.
prick.
Yeah, he is.
He's the
He is.
dumbest prick I've fucking ever had to watch. He's gone back to Steve Bruce Almiron, and you can fuck off with that. Like, we're so flat, like energy-wise. Come on, move the ball quicker. We're moving the ball so slow. You think we played on Wednesday? We look flat as fuck, and I get we've been chasing the ball around, but Jesus Christ, man.
It's a very open game now, though, Brian, isn't it? Like, it's end to end.
It's open, but we're not exploiting how open it is.
Yeah.
Well, look at the fucking clip of that bitch. Oh my God, man. I don't mind getting beaten, but like when you're getting beaten
Don't
and the
August,
lads
by
are
the way.
like, do you want it? Yeah, go on then. We'll roll it over to this. Mate, we're playing the champions.
Is 1-0 at the Etihad a bad result for Newcastle?
Yeah, in the grand
Come on,
scheme of things,
come on.
not at all.
it's not.
It's the way we're not like when you look at the energy that we were putting in a Villa in the 95th minute was rampant. Let's get another one. We're not doing this now when we're 1-0 down. So why are you showing more energy and aggression at 4-1 up against Villa than you are 1-0 down right now? They're like. And they're playing a team who just played a few days. Like, we've made 4 fucking substitutions. You can't be tired.
You've come a very long way, Brian, that you're annoyed about a performance like this.
I'm
Like,
just
the club
they
has
have,
come-
they have,
I'm
innit?
just
Yeah.
thinking now.
Told you, they're spoiled now.
But let's be but honestly, it's not. Again, it's effort levels I'm talking about. I'm not talking about 1-0. I'm not talking about the tactics.
Okay, I get you.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about switching off and not chasing balls down. Like
Yeah.
to me. Sunday League, Championship, it doesn't matter what league you're in. That's like bare minimum to expect. And to switch off in the last 10 minutes of a game where City are tired, they're there to be gotten at. Haaland's fluffed his lines about 4 fucking times. They are amazing, but they're not playing amazing
Yeah.
today. And that's what is frustrating me is I am not seeing a team that are at their free-flowing ultimate best. They're 1-0 up and every time Haaland's got the ball, he's looked discombobulated. So, you know,
But then isn't that why they're the best team in football?
Yeah.
In a sense, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, all right, when Liverpool are at the races, they can completely blow people away. But, you know, if they're not at the races, you will probably have a lot of luck against them. And that's why Man City are such a good side. And every single one of us here sat around this table have watched our team get pumped at some point by Man City.
oh my God.
Tyndall's up.
Tyndall put the handshake in first. How does he do it? Tyndall at the back post. Douche with the handshake. Okay.
He does that intentionally, 100%.
I fucking love it. But no, Harry. Harry. I literally thought I was saying things. I was like, is that Tyndall getting the first handshake in again? Pep's like, who are you? Sorry. One player I want to single out from Manchester City who was unbelievable. Phil Foden.
Yes.
What
Yes.
a fucking game he had.
He did.
And we were chasing shadows. And Bruno Guimaraes, the amount of like petty fouls he committed out of frustration from chasing around that little bastard Foden. I, honestly, you know, when you see them not having Kevin De Bruyne, it gives you a ray of hope. And Phil Foden just shuts the lights out on that hope, because he is like, oh yeah, I'm the next gen, bitch. I'm here. What's the problem, you know? And he just, I mean, Haaland wasn't great today. Phil was feeding him. Another one. It was miserable the way at times we had to chase shadows. And for me, my only frustration isn't that we lost the game against the best side in football. It's just that I think we weren't at our best today. And I think for a Man City game away at the Etihad, you think you've got to be at your best. You haven't got a choice. You have to be. And I think we were a little frightened, a little too respectful in the first half, played more aggressive second half, had some great opportunities. There was 2-on-1s. There was that shot from Bruno where he scuffed it. I just think that we should have scored at least a goal. And it's another big game like the Carabao Cup final where mentally, as much as physically, we're competitive with City in the game and we have our moments and we kind of look like we're a top four side and here to stay. I just think mentally there's still that edge and there's that question that people have about Arsenal or, you know, on the big moment, are we going to turn up and really deliver? And I don't think we delivered 100% of what we're capable of.
Do you look back in hindsight now and go, the tactical setup that you had at the start of the game with the personnel that you had, like Almiron, was that the right thing to do?
I understand Eddie's thought process. He's going, Almiron defensively is more capable and he will track back. But Almiron had one of those games that he's capable of where everything is just shite. And yeah, he can do all the running and yeah, he can try hard, but the output was shite. I've got to say, I thought Anthony Gordon was a thorn in the side of City, and a lot of people, especially Everton fans, were saying he's not that good anyway when we got him and what they paid 40 million for. And I'm saying exactly why we bought him. He's full of tenacity and energy. The technique needs a bit of refining. It's a bit rough around the edges and he needs to be more clinical in front of goal. But for me, my actual frustration was with the midfield. I just thought that the way we linked up our passing wasn't as clean as it should have been. And we were just not as good as they were. Simple as that, really.
Bruno didn't have his best game in a Newcastle.
Bruno looked terrible. And this is the thing that goes under the radar, because when people watch Match of the Day, Bruno's highlights are magnificent, right? He's one of those players. But if you watch him every week, if you looked at him towards the end of last season, he did tail off a bit. And as much as I've seen him be unbelievable, I've also seen him have a few too many games where I'm like, your levels are too inconsistent here. And yeah, it just looked a bit sloppy and a bit messy at times. And he was chasing shadows and because he isn't the quickest and he isn't a natural DM, he's someone we've repurposed in a DM. At times, you can see he's not mentally cut out to just chase the ball. He wants to be on the ball. He wants to be spraying the ball about. And in a game like this, I think we've seen some of his worst qualities come out. But I love the team, love the lads, and I'm very proud to have all of these players play for us because they've achieved things I never thought we would do in my lifetime again. But if we're going to go to that next level, we have to be brutally honest about what we're missing from that. It's no good to me sitting going, oh, he's ungrateful, oh, he's spoilt now. It's like, no, I'm just being rational and going, if Anthony Joshua wants to knock Deontay Wilder out, he needs to do this, this, and this. Doesn't mean I don't like Anthony Joshua anymore. And it's the same for Newcastle when you analyse the game. But what do you guys think? How far away are we?
I think overall you should be very happy with the performance, and I think you are still now going to be fighting for the top four. This doesn't change anything, like this performance and this result. And now look, you've got what, Liverpool next game?
I'm going to be the biggest bastard alive on the Liverpool game because Jurgen Klopp was such a prick about Newcastle last season. And that is a game that is really winnable for me. If we don't take it to them the way we took it to Villa, I'll be really pissed off then.
Do you fancy yourselves against Liverpool?
After this, I'm not sure because we were at our free-flowing best against Villa. We looked like we couldn't kick a ball in a straight line in this game at times. So, and now with the injury to Joe Linton, I'm a little bit worried about that. So, and Liverpool, like midfield against midfield, I think we should dominate that game, especially at St James's. But their attack, it's ruthless. Next weekend, it is Newcastle, Liverpool, and hopefully I'll be a little bit happier.